Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about a Rolex Oyster Perpetual 36 with a green dial index hour markers entirely in steel with the Oyster Bracelet, reference number 126000 or 126000 for those of you who are higher up on the logarithmic scale. Anyway, we'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, as well as the movement and the bracelet, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of these throughout the video. Alright, as is indicated in the name, Oyster Perpetual 36, it is 36 millimeters in diameter from finger to thumb. It's also a monoblock metal case with the screw down case back and Rolex winding crown to ensure water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet. It has an entire and complete oyster steel construction, meaning that it is made of Rolex's own in-house proprietary blend of both steel and other elements and materials to essentially make this basically possible to make this extremely high polish while also maintaining its resilience and strength in equal measure. All right, and looking at the front of the case here, we have a satin brush finishing on, as you can see, on the front of these lugs here, that sort of blend in with the bracelet, a high polish along the sides here, and ending up with a satin brush finishing on the front as well. All right, I very much like the overall presentation here of the Oyster Perpetual as well. And with the smooth domed bezel, we have a very good glowing look. It's sort of, though, as if you're, I don't know, if you want to look at sort of like the event horizon sort of a black hole, this is sort of sort of the effect that it gives you. It's a very, very interesting way that the light plays off of the domed bezel, as you can see there. Very, very beautiful, actually. And looking in closer at this dial here, we have the green dial, right? A very, very mid-tone green, a little bit closer to a shade, but a very, very nice green as well. And also index hour markers with little counters at the very ends of those index hour markers to really drive home the point there. And we can also see that it does have the chroma-light display on these hour marks, nice and bright, and a very bluish tone as well. So it's a very, very attractive chroma-light blue, right, and very long lasting as well on the hours and minute hands as well. And we also can see that we have double index marks for the 3, 6, and 9 hours. All right, nicely balancing each other out at the 3 and 9, as well as the 6 balancing out the Rolex crown at the 12. Very, very good overall radial symmetry here. All right, and looking at the crown functions, it functions as you would expect. Simply unwind the crown to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch. About 20 to 30 full winds is all you really need to get it started from a dead stop up to the full capacity. Once you start feeling the resistance, the damping starting to ramp up toward the end, then you know that you no longer need to physically wind the watch because you'll have reached the approximate power reserve. Pull the crown out to the last and final position, the only other position, and you'll note that the seconds hand has actually stopped. This has given a hacking function, so you can then adjust the minute hand for precise positioning depending on where the seconds hand is on the dial, and then you can just press it back in, screw it tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. And as you can see, the seconds hand has actually started up once more. What makes all this work is the 3230 in-house caliber made by Rolex. You can't see it through the case back. We have a solid case back here, but you have that added security. It has the plus or minus 2 second per day time differential, meaning that it has the superlative chronometer certification also printed directly on the dial, stating that it exceeds COSC and Swiss standards of timekeeping. All right, so it also has the center hour, minute, and seconds hands with the stop seconds for precise time setting, all of which I had just demonstrated. The oscillator on the inside is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers, meaning that you can get relatively close to magnets, you can take a few bumps here and there, and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. Altogether, this gives you an approximate 70-hour power reserve, quite impressive for a sort of basic looking watch, but it's a little bit more than basic because, well, one, it's a Rolex, and two, I think that this is one of the better watches within Rolex's catalog. Quite a sleeper model, I would say. So 70 hours means that you can get close to 3 days, just 2 hours short, literally, of 3 whole days. So you can set it down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Monday morning. No need to wind the watch, and no problem there. It also has a bidirectional self-winding rotor on the inside, which allows you to continue to wind the watch just by having this on your wrist. Your natural wrist movements will keep it wound that way. All right, and looking at the framing here, we also have the Oyster Bracelet, flat 3-piece links, all oyster steel as well, with a brush finishing going all the way down all of these links, a very gentle taper from the lugs there, with a high polish along the sides, very much mirroring that of the case. So if you remember, the front of the case is satin brush finished along with the front of these links, and the side of the case is a high polish. Same with these links, also high polish. Okay, and now moving down to the clasp, we have the Rolex crown stamped into the clasp. Simply opens by lifting the top there. You have the Rolex stamped logo on the inside. Right, and you're definitely working with steel. And on the inside here, I have it in the open position now. Let's close it. This is the Easy Link 5mm extension. So throughout the day, your wrist will very likely change its size depending on your hydration levels and just the general heat of your climate. So if you find this feeling a little bit tight, if you have this sized nicely to your wrist, you can simply just take it off, reach under here and pull it straight out, nice and easy. Extra 5mm of extension, or in other words, a half of an oyster link, as you can see. All right, and when you no longer need it, you can simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp there, and nice and easy. Nice and easy there. Okay, so I'll try this watch on so you can get a better sense of how it looks on the wrist, and I can give you some more of my thoughts on how it feels. Okay, now, and as you know, I'm a fan of the 36mm models because they fit my wrist, 7 inches in circumference. Very, very nice size there because I get a good framing of the bracelet around both sides, 6 and 12 o'clock positions, with the case right in the center, with a very easy view into the dial. Now, this is just personal preference. Your mileage may vary depending on your wrist size. If your wrist is much larger, you could probably go up to the 41mm version of this same exact watch. No issue there. All right, and with the very, very low profile here, slides very easily under the suit cuff, and also with that domed bezel, adding even more smooth sliding of that cuff. All right, and also there's no space under these lugs because the 36 fits me perfectly, but then that's not to say that the Oyster bracelet itself is not breathable. It's extremely breathable, extremely wearable. I've never experienced any sort of sweat collecting on my wrists or any unceremonious hair epilation from my wrist either. Okay, and altogether very comfortable and incredibly light, surprisingly, for a Rolex. When I first wore a Rolex, it felt extremely heavy to me, but this 36mm Oyster Perpetual is extremely light. Probably the lightest watch in its class, in its size. And when it comes to the overall look, the presentation, you can't go wrong with green because it just sort of goes with everything. If you have red, it's a complementary color scheme. Yellow, blue, it's an analogous color scheme. All right, so it can go with just about anything that you can throw at it, anything you can wear. Well, don't throw anything at this watch, but you know what I mean. Anyway, and it's also an extremely comfortable fit, so you can wear this as an everyday watch. And, that sort of leads us to this question of who's it for? Well, it can be just for anybody because anyone, if you're sort of just getting started with watches, this is an excellent entry point into the Rolex catalog. From here, you can, go up to a Datejust or even a Submariner. Or if you want to take a huge leap, we also have Daytonas available also on our website, jazztime.com. Anyone who is more experienced and just wants something that they can wear every day without, potentially scratching their nice bezels or, losing gold content from, potential scratches and bumps here and there. This one, entirely in steel, you're not really going to lose much. It's a very, very nice casual watch that you can wear just about anywhere, and it also has that nice flair about it that domed bezel, very much giving it that, the reflectivity of the brilliance that you can get from different lighting sources from just about anywhere. It just really makes this shine very nicely in any situation. So enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit us in our online store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.